Hey there, Pumpkin Hill Stampers. Susan here. I have another little fun card to demonstrate for you. This is one of the ideas I came up for Pampered Stamper for February. It's with our celebration set, Avant, which celebration goes through the end of March. It's a fun one with some texture and some flowers. So let's just get started. So I've got my card base, which is Old Olive. And then in my sample, you'll see I did it in black on the background, but this one I'm going to do in Versamark. And remember, Versamark gives you a watermark image, so it just brings out the color of the cardstock, which is a softer, subtler background than the very prominent black polka dots. So it's your card. You can decide how you want to make it, but this time I decided to use the Versamark. Okay, then I've got a piece of garden green and basic black, which are going to mount up for our front, and then we're going to stamp our flowers here. So I'm using rose red, and you're going to notice that I'm going to stamp the first time on this smaller piece, and then without restamping, I'm going to huff it and I'm going to stamp it on my main piece. And do you see the difference between inked first and then once I've stamped it off, once I've stamped it again and it's a lighter color? Okay, you can do that with your inks. It's a fun way to get two tones. Okay, and then real quickly with our scissors, there's no dies for this set, we're going to trim out the flower. And yes, this takes a little time and patience. But, you know, before the big shot, this is the way we did all of our cuts when we wanted three-dimensional objects. So, some might say it's old school, but you know what? It gives your card that extra I made that appeal and allows us to do some fun things with our sets. Okay. Almost done. Hang on with me. There we go. Voila. So now I'm just going to put a dimensional on the back of this flower. Okay, I'll hold that for a second. So I've got garden green, alright, to go with our garden green piece here, and I'm just going to do the stem down from the flower. And the fun thing about these sets that are photopolymer is that even though this is my stamp, if I wanted it to be curvier, when I put it on my block, I can make it any shape I want it to be. Okay, so that's a little bit fun to do with the photopolymer sets. They don't all have to be like your best friend's set. They can be a little bit different. So I added a couple of leaves there. Okay, so now I'm going to set this flower on top, and I'm going to offset it a little so you can see that one underneath. Okay, and then I'm just going to go ahead and use some snail. Put it on the back of my piece here. That gets mounted on the basic black. Basic black then is going to get mounted on the garden green. Okay, see how everything's just stepped out 1/4 of an inch around like that. Then on the bottom I'm going to put the "To Someone Who Makes Others So Happy." I'm going to stamp that in the black. I can see through my block so I know where it's going to end up. Okay, and then I'm using baker's twine. Okay, and it's just a fun way to add. Instead of heavy ribbon, you get a piece of light twine worked in there. And I'm going to take my glue dot and I'm just going to roll it. So I've got a real thin, sticky spot. Okay, and then I'm going to take my twine and I'm going to tie it in a knot and I'm going to stick it to where I put that glue dot down. Okay, that helps me tie my double knot. I know some of us have trouble with bows and knots. So there I go. And then I'm just going to trim off the loop. Okay, that gives us 4 little things there, and I can straighten that up if I want to. Okay, and then I'm going to use dimensionals on the back of that. Give it a little lift for the front of our card. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to center that on my card front. Just like that. Okay, so first card, second card, black Versamark. Okay, so then I have this inside piece, and again I'm going to do this two-step stamping. So I'm going to stamp a nice dark one and then a lighter one, and I'm going to do another dark one over here. And this is active edge stamping, so I'm not getting the whole image on the card, I'm getting it off on my scrap mat a little bit. Okay, so you can have that active edge so it's not all in the center all of the time. You can have that almost image, we'll call it, or an active edge image. Give the inside of your card just a little pop. So there's that. Flip that over and rub it down because my ink is a little bit wet. And there we go. And then I did the same thing on the envelope. I did that two-step stamping to get that, and you've got your card. So again, this is with the Avant Garden stamp set, which is Celebration, which you can earn for free through the end of March with a $50 order. And you can contact me, and I'm happy to help you out. Hope you enjoy. Happy stamping!